Hey guys, and welcome to Iron Vlog number like 142 or something else like that. Today's video is about me building a lathe cover for this thing. And I'm going to be doing it with some fabric I have over there. I have a sewing machine over there, fabric. I'm building a cover for this thing because I don't like it to get dusty. I do a lot of metal work out here, and I want just like a canvas cover. It's not actual canvas, it's like an outdoor cloth I got on sale, but it's very bright green too. But I want to be able to just cover this thing up, and it'll have some like handles on the end, and I want to be able to just cover it up and keep it from getting dusty while I'm doing, I keep a towel on it so it doesn't get too bad. But the towel's kind of ghetto, and I want something to keep it dusty when I'm in my shop, like welding and grinding and stuff, because I do a lot of that stuff too. So I'm going to build a canvas-like cover for this thing.
This is the shape of the lathe. Here. What's it saying, 29?
Ah. 3 feet here. 3 feet here, so that's 6 feet. 10, 11, 12, and some change. Alright, so we'll cut the entire thing from one piece that's 88.5 inches long. And that'll leave me like 56 inches left of this, and it's folded in half this way to build another cover for something else. Our lathe cover. We can build everything we need from this side right here. I decided that, there you are, I decided that I wanted to run a little bit of a test sew of how I want to do this sew on a little piece of scrap before I start doing the cutting. So I know how much overlap to put. I think I'm going to use about 1/4 inch, but I want to know how much overlap to put onto it. So I'm going to run a little test piece just to find out. There we go. See this, guys? That right there, how it crosses over, that keeps it from fraying on the inside here. And so this should be a really strong way to do this, and it'll keep, and then you can flip it inside out and do a top stitch if you want, but this should keep that inside from fraying, which is, it doesn't have to be this nice, but this is how they did it on NASA, so it was good enough for them. Why not do it this way? Alright, it took me a second to get this how I liked it. Don't mind the continuity error, it is bright out now. But I had to erase this line a couple times and get everything right, but what this is right here is the big side comes out over here, and that's that big kind of corner piece, oh, you can't see it, over there in the lathe. That comes out and then comes down, and none of these lines are super straight, but this is like the actual line there, and then you'll see here I have like marked with pencil like where I need to cut, because this is the overlap I need to get the thing together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line and make it a straight line all the way to the end, and then I just cut it out, and then I'll be done. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, instead of drawing this in chalk directly onto it, probably would have made more sense to grab some of my paper over there or something and make a pattern. It probably would have made more sense. Too late now. One note about drawing it this way, though, is it is a bit faster because you don't have to make the thing, though that won't take that long to do. And it's also a bit cheaper if you're poor like me and don't actually have any paper and don't want to go spend money on it. The paper I pointed at is actually a foam, so I don't really have a paper. I do have a little paper over there. Could maybe have gotten away with it. But this is a bit faster and a bit cheaper, and then what I can do, or if you do it this way where you put chalk straight down, this isn't even fabric chalk, it's literally just like chalkboard chalk. But anyway, I can take this thing and I can throw it in the wash when I'm done, and that'll clean it up really well. But yeah, it's a little bit quicker probably. Might not be that much faster, but a little bit faster most likely, and it will be a little cheaper. It's also fine for like a one-off. Since I only have one lathe and I don't need this thing built more than once, I don't need a template to store away. So I can just do this right on it. If you're trying to make more than one of something, make a template first and then do it. And then what you do here is, and you would do this even if you didn't, like you lay your template down and then you put marks on it with your tolerance over your, or your allowance over here for seam allowance. That's what I think they call it. Your seam allowance, you just go draw that on anyway, with chalk most likely. So essentially, instead of placing it down and then doing that, I just drew it on there and then did it. And then I've accounted for it over there, so don't worry about it over there. All right, I cut it out. Now I gotta do the other two pieces. All right, so I got all the parts cut out. Went ahead and did that off camera. So I have all the parts cut out. I made a mistake when I was measuring at first, and I didn't make it long enough to get the back piece, so I had to cut that in 2 pieces. So I'm gonna sew that together, and there'll be a seam in the back, but that's okay, it's gonna be in the back. No one will notice that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the back first, so I do the ugly side first, and then hopefully by the time I do the front, I'll be really good at it and look real fucking professional. And so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pin it up, and then go in and sew it. I'm gonna sew, I think, like the main seam first, and then probably do like the corner seams after. I may even do all of the main seam first. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So what I'm doing here is, I'm joining these 2 pieces together. This is the back piece. And what's important with this is I don't want it sticking out and getting hung up on stuff. I only want that stick out thing going on in the corner, where it won't interfere with anything. So what I'm doing this is I have it folded, and then I'm folding it over, and I'm gonna run 2 or 3 stitches on top of this, almost like a sailboat sail or something like that. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. It's like the music. You're about to touch something. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Doesn't really matter where we put the pin, as long as they're all about the same height. Also, I said scissors earlier. Now, going this way with it, at a 90-degree turn it, I'm just going to do it straight. Assume these lines are straight, which I'm sure they're not, but I'm going to make sure that's comfortable in there so it's not pinching. So there's plenty of material right in there. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do that now, so I went too far. Probably have to just kind of curve it to go around. That's fine, that's how I'll... Helps to kind of pull the fabric the way you're going with it. Corners are tricky. Get them right though before you start sewing, or it'll come back to bite you. I don't like it when I do this, by the way. I switch the side that these are on here. I may flip them because they get hard to pull out. I think I'm gonna do that really quick. I'm just gonna pinch them, and it's not that you can't do it. It's just it's annoying. So I'm gonna just flip these real quick, and it just makes it easier to keep them all going the same exact way. Just like that. All right, here we go. So at first I thought I was going to do this as like just one top stitch, and then do the second pieces. And I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's definitely a straight single operation. So I'll do one. So I stitched the sides together too. So this is like the corner of the thing right here. So I'm gonna sew all that together, and then do all the front. It was one pass, and then we'll be done. Oh, then we gotta hem it. All right, I got the other side pinned up here, and I'm gonna take it to the sewing machine, and sew it. Sharpie, corner. Fuck! It's backwards. I can't believe I did that. Well, flipping it back inside out, I was gonna ask, like, why do you have an inside out lathe cover? At least I did a good job with the fucking stitching. Learn from my mistakes so you don't make them yourself. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's just inside out. Well, obviously, I wish I would have caught that. I was so ready for that awesome reveal where I just threw it on top and how awesome it looked. And it wasn't that awesome because it was backwards. But, oh well, you live and you learn. See, I have a daily video series about becoming Iron Man. That's what my my entire channel is about. I make a video every day. That's why you're seeing this video, even though I fucked it up. It's still going up, that's for sure. So it's good to get back and actually build some stuff. I haven't made anything with my hands and made anything that wasn't like in design of Iron Man suits in a while. So that's why I'm doing this, and I have 2 more videos coming out this week. But yeah, this is why you do this. So you make mistakes. I think there's something about just doing and building things often makes you better at building things. I mean, kind of duh, right? But this is a little bit unrelated. I mean, it's shop updates, which is nice. It makes my shop more efficient. But yeah, the other thing I would have done on this is I probably would have made this end down here maybe a little more narrow. But I say overall, pretty good. I was thinking about putting handles on the end right here to take it on and off on the other side too. Now it's backwards. I might just make another one at some point in the future. And then the other thing I was going to do is maybe put like a bag here on the front to put the cord in it. I like to be able to see that the machine is off and safe, so I like to keep the thing unplugged, and I like to visually be able to inspect that. So usually I just throw it up here on top when I have the towel on it, but I was going to put a bag in it, but now that I fucked it up, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I think at some point I'll just make a new one. But this will definitely be better than this nasty towel that used to be this. So I went from this to an inside out cover, and maybe at some point in the future you'll see me with a right side out cover. Remember to invert stuff. This is one of the problems with making fabrics, by the way, is everything has to be backwards and inside out, as Adam Savage likes to say, which I've neglected in this, and that's why this is backwards. So I think this is really funny. I think it's a hilarious way to end this thing. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. If you like watching me fuck shit up, you might like my channel. You can consider smashing the subscribe button. I do stuff like this sometimes, and then like I said, most of my videos are not very polished because they come out every day, and they're kind of technical stuff about me trying to become Iron Man. It's pretty cool. Watch my channel trailer if you're interested. You guys are great. Love you. Peace.